What I want you to do is to take us into the night side of what it means to be committed to somebody. You follow what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
So David.
So I guess my biggest challenge, our biggest challenge would be, you know, I guess is like trust almost at times. It's like passwords to stuff and, especially for the phone and Facebook accounts and just, passwords and everything. And it's like, who you talking to? Like, I can't take care of business, like.
Yeah, stop for a second. Let me ask the audience a question. How many of you know people, I'm not gonna say are people, but know people who are in relationships that have the same level of trust issues, right? Just raise your hand if I'm talking about. We all know people, right, who the passwords is a problem, what you doing online, how come? So you need to be secure in knowing that what you're dealing with is a part of the natural course of learning how to assimilate your life to somebody else, right? They're going to be problems.
Right.
They're going to be issues. But it makes me want to ask both of you this. Okay. When you think about what you have together, your relationship 4 years in, how do you perceive the future to be unfolding? Which one of you are closer to wanting to be married than the other? Or are both of you congruent in that desire?
Well, I for sure want marriage, so it's always going to be something I push. I'm just, always trying to play my cards right, make sure I don't, just make sure I marry the right person. It's like, I've seen all my friends like mess up and they got baby mamas and they took the wrong step, and I'm just not trying to take that step and be like them. So I want to just do it all the right way. So marriage is definitely something I'm interested in and pushing toward, no matter what, with the right woman for sure. Oh yeah.
And you pretty much feel the same way?
Yeah, I pretty much feel the same way. Like in my family, like it's like customary. Like my mom, like, oh, okay, you're 30 now. Have y'all been talking about it? So she's kind of like in our business, kind of trying to figure out like what we're gonna do.
I got an audience question I'm gonna come to in a quick second. But my quick question to you is, then why haven't you gotten married already?
Just a lot of things that we've been back, like we were kind of off and on. We were off and on with like our problems that we've been having, and then we were trying to figure things out.
So the relationship has been off and on.
Yeah, it was. It
hasn't been a straight 4 years. It's been 4 years off and on dealing with stuff.
It's been shaky.
Yeah. I got it.
It's shaky.
Tell us who you are and say what you want to say.
Hello, my name is Jordan Lewis, and I have a pretty controversial question, but I'm just curious as to what everyone thinks about it.
Oh, God.
But my question is about, do you think that if somebody cheats once in a relationship, it should automatically be done, or should that person be given a chance?
You're asking who?
Really everyone, but the couple on the couch.
Well, I'm going to answer that, for the guys.
Be careful, David.
Every guy cheats. No, every guy cheats.
Every guy does not cheat.
And look, he's going to say it. He's going to say it.
I don't.
Every guy didn't cheated or something, I'm sure. But,
sorry.
Hey, look, everybody's going to hate me.
David, you just started
Everybody's going to hate me.
No, nobody.
But, it's all, I guess it's really all like what you put into it, because it's like whatever you put into it is what you get out of it. No, it's definitely not the route to take. Of course, you don't want to go cheat or yourself.
Let me answer the question.
You don't.
before we throw it to a break. It really depends on the relationship, right? It depends on, no relationship can rise higher than the people that make it up. If the goal of a relationship is 10, and you a 3 and I'm a 4, well, we're never gonna get to a 10. At the end of the day, people have to be working to be the best versions of themselves that they can be. Now, when infidelity happens, what normally happens is this. This is what normally happens. So, since you say all guys cheat, I'll be the cheater. So I cheated on her, right? And what normally happens is this. I go to my friends and express my hurt and my frustration and my pain, and I come back to her and I'm Superman. I'm saying, let's work this out. I'm sorry, let's make this happen. And she is looking at me like, you're not going to express any remorse. You're not going to bring me any of the journey. What most guys do is that we don't bring her the journey that goes through guilt and shame and heartbreak and failure. We come back all put together, we don't understand. You got to bring her the whole journey. So that there's more than just an apology, there's a process.
Absolutely.
If you can do that, right? If you can manage that, then you might make it. If you can't, you probably won't. We'll be back after this. Hey, everybody, welcome back, welcome back, welcome back. We're talking about love tonight. We're talking about relationships. We're talking about what it means to be connected to somebody, the highs and the lows. I have a couple who've been here on the show so far tonight. They've been together 4 years. There have been some ups and downs. There have been some high moments and some low moments, and they've been talking about them, talking through them. But I didn't just want to have a young couple on the show tonight. I wanted to have a couple that was a little older, with more experience, more wisdom, who've been married a long time, and can help talk them through what it is to do what they've accomplished. And so, I'm very pleased tonight to welcome to the show Bishop Dwayne and Sister Aubrey Ganther. Come on out. Hey, sir. A privilege to meet you. Blessings on you.
Mine. Thank you.
How are you? Thank you for coming tonight. How y'all doing? That's good. Have a seat, have a seat, have a seat. Have a seat, have a seat. Y'all all right?
We are.
Yeah. Thank you for being here tonight.
It's our pleasure.
I'm not sure if you had a chance. Did y'all meet each other?
No, not yet.
Everybody say hi.
Hi. That's just like, hello, hi. Nice to meet you both.
David.
It's our pleasure.
I'm Tiffany.
Tiffany.
Yes.
So they've been dating for 4 years. They're not married yet. They're thinking about getting engaged. And of course, as with all couples, there have been some moments.
Okay.
Some moments.
I know about those.
But I'm excited to have the two of you here. How long have you been married?
In August, it'll be 30. In August, it'll be 40 years.
Wow.
August of next year.
Congratulations.
Now, I want you to notice the difference. When I asked them how long they've been dating, she took it. When I asked how long you've been married, you took it. Because you've learned. You better know the answer to that question.
Right.
Yes, sir. 40 years. I have this saying where I say that most things in the universe grow up from the roots, but men seem to grow down from the leaves.
Okay.
And it's hard to love something so intent on growing in the wrong direction. How, after 40 years, have you been able to love something that sometimes grows in the wrong direction?
Because, first of all, with my husband, I never viewed him as growing in the wrong direction. And he's been such a good man and on point that it was easy to love him.
Easy to love him. I guess, yeah, that's clappy. That's clappy. Let me ask you this. Sometimes people get together because of compatibility, because they have things in common. I have found that it's sometimes better to get or be connected to somebody because of indispensability, because they have something you can't live without. And that sometimes when the compatibility wanes, indispensability kicks in. What is it about each other, you about your wife and you, my dear sister, about your husband, that you found about each other that you can't live without?
Well, for me, I love how much my husband has confidence and how he's a visionary and how he has been such a positive example, not just in our household, but beyond our household. And for that reason, I love that he's not a selfish person, but he's a very giving person.
And what is it about your wife that you just said, look, I can't, 40 years, let's do 40 more because I can't live without this?
You know, her wisdom, her support, her love for me. She is a terrific financial manager. She is a terrific homemaker. We have 2 girls, and we both have done a fine job. But you know, she has put in more work than I because they're females. And she has just done a tremendous job. Her insight, her wit, and her strength, her inner strength, and her strength to deal with me.
Oh, wow.
Because I'm not always easy to deal with.
Right.
I'm just being honest.
As is the case for all human beings, right? That's why loving someone may be the hardest thing you'll ever do in your life.
True.
You know, because people are complicated. People are yes and no, sound and silence, light and darkness, right?
Yeah.
Touch me in the morning, don't touch me in the evening. Say hi, leave me alone. You know?
Yeah.
I mean, we are gloriously complicated, and that's why, you know, your marriage is so inspiring for all of the viewers and everybody that's watching, even with the complexity, because anybody who can be connected to somebody for 40 years. I tip my hat. I give you a standing ovation because it's hard, right?
Yes.
Could you explain to the people that it's hard?
Yes, it's hard. You know, I mean, it's difficult. I mean, you got to deal with the challenges, and then when children come into our lives, that adds a whole nother dimension of serving, how we communicate with each other. It's not what we say, but it's how we say it most of the time. Understanding each other's strengths. Her strength many times is my weakness, and vice versa. And understanding our roles and how our roles come together to create a cohesive wholesomeness and wholeness into our marriage. And then dealing with the challenges when we're not getting along and how to manage disagreement. And so it's a wonderful uphill journey.
Which that's rich. That's rich. Which makes me want to ask you, and then I'm going to ask all of you a question. This is the $50,000 question of the night. This is the $50,000 question of the decade.
Okay.
It's the $50,000 question of a generation. Why get married at all? Why even bother?
Well,
because I can answer it.
being someone that was not married, I grew up longing to get married because of the examples that were set before me, which were good examples. However, I was very independent, very strong-willed. However, for me, in my opinion, it's what I long for completion. I felt that, and I know there's a lot of single people out there, and if you ask single people, there's something missing in their lives, and I think part of that is not being able to connect with their soulmates.
Okay. Bishop, what that's clapping.
Yeah, well, you know, for me, growing up here in South Central LA, and I grew up in the 70s and 80s, and I was a basketball player and hung around dope dealers, playboys, and I was sort of a athlete / player, at least I thought I was. But that type of lifestyle is unfulfilling. It's just unfulfilling. And it does not allow you to see the true value of a woman. And when I committed my life to God and I start working to live to be a principled man, my whole view about a woman changed. Instead of a woman being just someone for a man's enjoyment, my entire view changed, and I saw women as God's female, and I saw women just different, and I realized that multiple females does not build a man's manhood.
Yeah, no, you're absolutely right.
It actually destroys it.
No, you're absolutely right. I have often said that having more women won't make you more man, right?
That's right.
It just won't do it. At the end of the day, you are what you are.
That's right.
And the reality is that, you know, men and women are motivated by different things. And that reality, we'll talk about that in a second. But I want to ask all of you a question. If I can get Nab out of my ear in the control room. Here you go. You ready? I believe that love can be unconditional, but I don't think it can happen without reasons. You get the difference? So I think you can love somebody unconditionally, but I think you have to have a reason why you love somebody.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
So I'm going to start with each of you and just ask you, what are your reasons for loving each other? And do me a favor, I'm going to start with you.
Okay.
Just put it in one sentence.
My reason for loving him is
Yes.
that he became supportive and he started showing emotion and concern towards me, that he actually cared about and was concerned about the things that I was doing and going through too, because I had a death in my family and he was there to support me. So I just felt like he was there and became a support system, and that was like my reason to love him, because I felt like he was now that person that I could rely on, that he was becoming more reliable and his structure was changing and he was becoming more mature, and that we were developing this bond.
Got it. Your reasons for loving Tiffany.
My reasons for loving Tiffany is, you know, she always just was there to just push me, no matter what. When I was down, she talked positive in my ear, you know. If anything went bad or, you know, anything, she just always was there to just motivate me and just give me that hand and be that ear, you know, for me to just vouch to.
I'm gonna do something a little different with the two of you, all right?
Okay.
I'm gonna apply it to everybody, but I'm gonna ask you a different question, all right? The best thing about Bishop is what?
That he is consistent.
The best thing about your wife is what?
That she is consistent.
The best thing about your boyfriend is what?
He's reliable.
The best thing about your girlfriend is what?
Everything.
I hear you, baby.
Is he a morning person or a night person?
He is a morning person.
Morning person or night person?
Night, primarily.
Morning or night?
Night.
Morning or night?
She's night. Oh, yeah.
Which one is neater? Who's the neat freak?
I am.
She is.
Who's the neat freak? Or do you know? You're the neat freak. Okay. Here's one more. Whose family is more annoying?
Oh boy.
That's a hard one.
Elbow point.
Nobody wants to answer.
That's a hard one for me.
Doesn't matter how long you've been together. You don't want to answer this one.
Right.
Welcome to On the 7 with Dr. Sean. Whose family is more annoying?
Yes, his brother's always over there. What? Feels like a roommate. I was like,
What?
is he?
He's like, is he a roommate?
Oh,
I
I'm
feel
telling
like
him
it.
that.
Whose family is more annoying? David.
I mean,
You can say
I'm
yours.
gonna
if it's
say
true.
hers.
What?
Your auntie's always running her. Your auntie's so ghetto.
No,
Always
she's
running every function.
She just like, girl, where you at? What you doing? And where you going?
Quick change, Bishop.
I would say her family.
What would you say?
I'm not going to answer that.
Lady Baker has wisdom. She's like, no. Your show, my mouth, no answer. So, do me a favor, if you will, and could both of you face? Could you face each other and could you face each other? Mm-hmm. Just face in the chairs, face each other. All right. And I'm going to ask the guys to go first. All right. David, you go first, and I want you to say this sentence and then fill in the blank. I'm gonna give you 4 tries, okay?
Okay.
The sentence is, I need you to. So you're gonna say, I need you to fill in the blank. It's what you need from her. Go.
I need you to love me unconditionally.
That's 1. Keep going.
David.
David.
4 times. 4.
Yeah.
I need you. I need you to be there for me when I need you.
Stop. Bishop, I need you to.
I need you to go to bed a little earlier at night.
Bishop, take your second one.
And I need you to be a true passenger in the car. Not a passenger driver.
David, your last two. I need you to.
Let's see. I need you to hurry up in a grocery store. Yeah.
Your last one. I need you to.
And I need you to just slow down on the speed in the car as well. Fast driver. Oh, yeah.
I like it. It's difficult.
Road rage.
Let's clap for both of them. All right. We're going to do one more, right? So face each other. Couples face each other. And I'm going to start with you, Lady Ganther. Am I saying your last name right?
Yes.
Ganther. I'm going to give you, it's a little long sentence,
Okay.
but it's important. If today was my last day with you, I want you to know that.
If today was my last day with you, I want you to know that you have been the best thing that ever happened to me.
Yes, there it is. Tiffany?
If today was my last day with you, I want you to know that I love you and will never let you out of my heart.
All right, everybody's going to do this one, all right? Everybody's going to start with the guys, but everybody's going to do this one. David, we'll start with you. Thank you for?
Thank you for your support.
You can do as many as you want.
Oh, okay.
Let me know when you're done.
Oh, okay. Thank you for your support. You know, thank you for just always, like I said, pushing me. Thank you for being there. And just thank you for, loving me.
I know that's right. Mm-hmm.
You're welcome.
I know that's right. Tiffany, say it back to him. Thank you for?
Thank you for being there for me when my father passed away. Thank you for showing up into my family functions when I know you had things to do. Thank you for always being my support system. Thank you for having my back. Thank you for putting your stuff to the side sometimes for me. Thank you for showing that you cared.
I know that's right. Bishop?